Solver function in Excel. Yes, friends. I hope you are doing great. Friends, today I wish to discuss one very useful function in Excel. One very useful tool in Excel, which is very useful for decision making. Which product is to be produced and how much quantity of that product we should produce. So many a times in a factory there is a situation which product should be produced and with which quantity in the circumstances of availability of labor hours and availability of materials. Okay, so this function is very useful for the factory accountant and cost accountant and even for the finance people to minimize the cost, to minimize the overall cost and to maximize the profit with the available constraints. Okay, so let me discuss this with this particular example so that it will be more useful and more clear to you. Okay, friends, let me discuss with the typical situation in a factory when you have you can produce two products in your factory, and you have to produce the products in such a way that you will increase the profit, you will increase the contribution, that is your sales minus variable cost will be maximized. Okay, so in this typical situation, let us assume that there are in a factory in a factory we can produce two products, that is product A and product B. Okay, now see, the situation is like that. Labor hours required for product A per unit are 20, for product B are 25. Materials required per unit for product A 30 and for product B 45 kgs and labor hours. Okay, and labor cost per hour is 5 and material cost per kilogram is 10. Okay, so suppose we can sell product A at 500 and product B at 700. So labor cost per unit for product A will be labor hours required into labor cost per hour. Similarly, labor cost per unit for product B will be labor cost per hour into labor hours required per unit. Okay. In the same way, we can calculate the material cost for product A and product B. Okay, friends. So in this way, contribution per unit for product A will be 100 and product B will be 125. So if I produce 37 units of product A, then my contribution will be, okay, let me make it as 20 and let me make it as 50. Okay, fine. So but friends, in a typical factory situation, there is always a constraint that labor hours available are only 1500 and material kilograms available is only 2500. Okay, so in this situation a factory accountant has to decide exactly how much quantity of product A and product B should be produced so that my contribution, overall contribution, will be highest in a particular given situation. Okay, so it's quite difficult to make analysis without any tool. and solver is the best tool to do that. Okay, so how exactly to do that? So simply go to data, go to data, click on solver. Now I'll delete all these things. Okay, let's start from beginning. Okay, so basically my target cell is this. This is the contribution which should be maximum, so it should be max. Then it will be achieved by changing cells, these two cells. By changing cells, this and this. Okay. Okay. Now this is not enough. So we will have to give the constraints also within which we will have to get this. So I will add a constraint. One constraint is that labor hours, this cannot be, this can be less than or equal to this. Okay. Okay, cell this labor hours can be less than or equal to this. Okay, so this is added. I will have to add one more constraint, that my materials can be less than or equal to this. Okay, added. Okay, what are more constraint? Okay, one more constraint is that I cannot sell product type which is more than 50 because its maximum demand is 50. So I will add one more constraint, that this can be less than or equal to this. Okay, this can be less than or equal to this. Okay, one more, this can be less than or equal to this. Excuse me, this can be less than or equal to this. So friends, we have entered the constraint. So let us check our solution. If I click on solve, let's see what happens. See, it is showing that total labor hours used will be 1500, materials will be 2475, which both are within limit, and this is the maximum. It is giving me the maximum contribution. But friends, one problem is that quantity produced should be integer number. So what I'll do, I'll add one more constraint. I will add one more constraint, is that this is integer, this is also integer. Okay, so with this now I will solve the problem. I'll simply click on solve button. See friends, in this way, now you can see the solver has given the contribution of 7450, which is the maximum contribution we can have with the available constraints. See, low labor hours produced, labor hours required is less than labor hours available. Materials required are also less than materials available. My quantity produced is less than my maximum demand for both the products. In this way, see in this way friends, we have maximum contribution. We can have maximum contribution with the available constraints. Okay friends, I hope this was clear to you. I'll make one more thing. I'll change this so that it will be more clear to you. If I make this as 1000 labor hours available, now see, currently labor hours we have used is 1650, but if I reduce this labor hours available, then what will happen? I'll click again on solve. See friends, now it had changed. Now my labor hours are less than my available labor hours. My materials kilograms used are also within my limit. So I can, if I click here, if I click on this keep solver solution, yes, in this way this will be saved. Friends, I hope this video was useful to you, and if yes, please click on like button. Please share this video. Also subscribe to my channel so that you will have access to the videos which will be uploaded in future also. Thank you.